After the crazy prices of late 2025, everyone expected one thing in 2026. Airfares should finally come down. No festival rush, more flights, and better availability. But here's the reality. Many passengers are still paying high fares, and now prices might rise again. So, what actually happened between January and March 2026? Did airfares cool down, or is this just the calm before another surge? Let's rewind. December 2025 was chaotic. Indigo cut flights due to operational issues, demand was at peak festive levels, and ticket prices shot up. Naturally, January should have been cheaper. And yes, fares did drop slightly, but not as much as people expected because something bigger started building in the background. Part 1. The false cool down. In January and early February, load factors remained high, up to 80 to 90%. Flights were still quite full, and airlines didn't increase capacity aggressively. So while prices dropped compared to December, they didn't crash. This is important. Airlines didn't want to repeat the mistake of overcapacity, so they kept supply tight, which means prices softened but stayed relatively strong. Part 2. March, the turning point. Now comes March, and this is where things changed. The global situation shifted. The ongoing Middle East conflict involving Iran and Israel started impacting aviation directly. Here's what happened. Oil prices began rising sharply, aviation fuel costs increased globally, and airlines started facing higher operating expenses. And remember, fuel alone makes up 30 to 40% of airline costs. Even a small increase in oil prices has a massive impact. In fact, for airlines like Indigo, just a $1 increase in fuel price can significantly raise annual costs. So airlines had two choices. Either they absorb the cost and lose money, or they increase fares. And you already know what happens next. Part 3. How is the war affecting your ticket? The impact isn't just fuel, it's much deeper. Because of the conflict, there are airspace closures. Flights are avoiding parts of the Middle East. This means longer routes leading to more fuel burn. Second, flight disruptions. Major global routes are being rerouted or cancelled. Third, fuel surcharges. Airlines have started adding extra charges per ticket up to 200 to 1300 rupees per segment. Fourth, future fare pressure. Experts are already warning that ticket prices may rise sharply from April onwards. Even Air India's CEO has warned the real financial impact hasn't fully hit yet. It's coming next month. So what you're seeing right now might still be the early phase of that increase. Part 4. Did prices actually cool down? Short answer, yes, but only temporarily. January gave some relief, February stayed stable, and March started lightening again. And now external global factors are taking control. So airfares didn't truly cool down, they just paused before the next surge cycle. So what should you do? If you're planning travel in the next few months, you should book earlier than usual, avoid last minute bookings, be flexible with dates and timings, and watch fuel driven price spikes. Because 2026 is not just about demand anymore, it's also about global uncertainty. So here's the real question. Are expensive airfares the new normal in India, or is this just another temporary spike? Tell me in the comments, have your ticket prices gone up or down this year? And if you want simple, real explanations of what's happening in Indian aviation, subscribe to Aviation-o-holic. Because in aviation, prices don't just depend on demand, they depend on the world. So like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, take care.